Good afternoon. Yeah, it's about noon right now. I decided to get up this morning and get out here and get an early start here in the tiny house, and we are making some progress. I know it's probably loud in here, guys, and echoey. That's because I cleaned everything out this morning. Got the floor all nice and clean. We've had a lot of rain. Yesterday was a rain day, like all day. Never did really quit. It would stop for a little while and then sprinkle, but it was real wet all day yesterday, which means that some of the drywall did not dry yesterday, some of the thicker spot, so I couldn't get out here and put the next coat on. But after all night, it's dried good enough. I've already put the corner bead over here by the closet and did the first step of that. That is looking really good, and went ahead and got the first part on the corner bead there, and also a little bit more on the tape runs on the walls. It's going pretty good. I was going to actually sand everything. I went ahead and put some tape on this one as well and mudded that and put another coat over the tape right here, and it looks pretty rough right now because I haven't sanded anything. I'm taking you guys as suggestions. A lot of people said they do drywall for a living and they only sand the last coat. So what I did is took my little putty knife and scraped over all of the lumps and stuff to smooth it out as best as possible, and then put a coat over it. And I'm going to continue to do that until I finish. But we are making some progress. I did clean up in here quite a bit because I had stuff stored in here from the rain. I got everything out to the shed. This is all that I have left inside here as far as tools go, and most of that is for sanding, popping in screws that need to go a little deeper as I'm drywalling, mudding here, a little step stool, a level, and my drywall mud stuff. But I got the floors completely swept out. They are taking a beating with this drywall, but it's all water-based stuff, so I should be able to come in here and mop and do a little scrubbing, a little elbow grease, and get all of this up. But I also cleaned up in the bathroom area, all the little drywall pieces. I got the fan blowing in here up to try to get some of these thicker places. By the time I get in here, hopefully everything's dry so I can get another coat. But yeah, it's coming together. It's definitely coming together. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put corner bead on here or if I'm actually going to do the 1x4s up the side. I'm definitely probably going to do the 1x4s here on this corner. I just didn't know if I was going to do it on that corner yet. I don't really know exactly how I'm going to do the 1x4s 100% yet, so I'm trying to just get as much done as I can. Mudding beforehand, I'd rather have corner bead on it and not put it on there, or still put it on there, than not have corner bead and decide that I'm not going to put the 1x4s on there. I'm also going to case this whole door out right here. That's why I'm not putting corner bead on there as well. I'll end up casing that in, and that'll all be part of the trim that's around there on the inside and on the sides right there. So it's a hot one to do. It is a hot one. I've been opening up the doors quite a bit here lately, cleaning out in here, so it's not as cold as it was. It was about 71 degrees in here when I started. Only took about an hour to get to that. We are rocking at 77 degrees. Ooh, and this right here, guys, makes a huge difference in what I'm doing. Still got me sweating out here, but nowhere near like I was before I had that air conditioner in there. I do end up having the J channel on the ground right here, right by the door, because before I get on the ceiling part right here, I am going to go ahead and trim all of that out. That way I can start working that corner right there too, because it's pretty low right here, so I'm going to have to float that pretty hard, and same thing over there in that corner. It's going to take a lot of mud. I've already been through almost one bucket. Whenever I was cleaning up the ugly, like I like to say, I did not mix any water in it, thin it down, at all. I wanted it to be real thick and consistent so it could get into those big gaps and stuff and actually hold. But now that I'm doing the second coat and going over the tape and everything, I did water it down a little bit and mix it up real good. It makes it a lot smoother. It makes it go on a whole lot better. I'm definitely no professional at drywall by any means, guys, but I have done quite a bit of drywall. This is by far the worst drywall job that I've ever done. Nothing was really square like it should be, and it just ran into a bunch of problems. So it happened, and I'm paying the price now with the mudding and the sanding, which I knew. And I'm not bad with finishing drywall with the mudding and stuff. I'm no professional by no means. I'm sure I don't do it like the professionals do it, but my end result typically turns out pretty good. And being that it was such a chop job as far as the install of the drywall, I'm definitely paying the price. Definitely paying the price. Taking a lot more mud and a little bit more time. But now that I'm not on a time restraint anymore, I ain't even worried about it. Come on. It's definitely a lot nicer to just do this without the pressure, for sure. And I'm also not killing myself with it. And with the dry time and stuff, you know, I'll get a coat on, let it dry, take a little break or do something else, and then come back and get another coat on, which is what's going to happen this week, because today it's a pretty big project today inside here, so I won't get to it today, but probably tomorrow I'm going to get up early in the morning, come in here, do probably a little light sanding or scraping, get another coat on, and then I'm going to start moving some stuff down there at the new tiny house down here to Come On Mountain. I need to take the dog kennels down there. I have a trailer that I need to pick up there, and some very unique chicken hoop houses. So yeah, I'd like to go ahead and get all of those down, and I also want to try to get the dog kennels completely down before we start moving the tiny house, tearing it down and bringing it here on Come On Mountain. The goal, weather permitting of course, is to start taking down that tiny house on Tuesday and Wednesday, a 2-day ordeal. Everybody around here wanted to wait until the kids got in school so the kids could be in school while we was working. That way we didn't have to worry about them down there in the high grass and all that other stuff playing around. So I think it's a good call, and as long as Mother Nature is friendly, then we're going to start on that Tuesday, which only gives me until Tuesday to finish up inside here, guys. I don't have to be done by then, but I sure would like to be done by then. So hopefully by the end of the weekend I'll be ready to move my bed in here at least. That is the goal. I don't see why it shouldn't be able to happen unless something happens, because today's Thursday and I'm getting a second coat on. I'm hopefully, even with as ugly as it was and as much mud as I had to use, I'm hoping that I only have to put 3 coats. So if that's the case, I will get the last coat on Friday, and then Saturday I should be able to come in, do the final sanding and all of that, and start painting. And then once ever I get everything painted, then it's time to do the trim. I don't know how well the trim's going to go. I'm not going to get fancy with the 45s and all that with this trim. I'm just going to do butt joints because I want it to feel a little bit rustic. I mean, my original plan was for this building was to be extremely rustic, and now that I'm putting drywall in here, it's not going to be that rustic. Not as rustic as I originally planned. But over the years, I've done a lot of building where I've done that, where I've done more like a rough type framing with modern like colors and do like a rustic modern look, and it's actually one of my favorite styles, which is why y'all see my bed and stuff with the grays and all that other stuff. Kind of gives I like that look, a rustic modern. I don't like too rustic, and I definitely don't like too modern, but I think it's a good blend. Long time ago when I used to renovate all of our houses and flip them and stuff, my ex liked the rustic modern look as well, and So it was just something I always did on all of my properties, and it tends to turn out pretty nice. And on the framing side of it, it's a whole lot easier and a whole lot faster. So we're gonna give that a shot in here and see what it looks like. But this ain't gonna be a long one today, guys, because I need to get back at it. I just finished a couple of buckets of mud here, trials of mud. I just cleaned this out because I wanted to go ahead and film this and didn't want it to start hardening in there. Yeah, but we're making progress. So y'all get a little sneak peek of what we're working on right now. Live action, live action. Slept good too, guys. Slept good last night. And actually slept in just a little bit, slept until 9 o'clock. It's crazy that I've been sleeping every once in a while until 9 o'clock here lately. I never do that. And I think it's doing good for my body because I typically don't go to sleep until pretty late. So yeah, I'm feeling good, making progress, moving in the right direction, guys. And that's exactly what I want y'all to do, because it is Thursday, it is almost Friday, so move in the direction of your goals, guys. Do something nice for everybody. And always, guys, keep it real.